Hey, what's up guys? John here. What Elon Musk is doing right now says everything about the future of jobs.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. Ultimately, we will have to have some kind of universal basic income.
So we pay attention very closely to the CEOs of big tech companies, what very large and powerful companies and corporations and politicians, what they're doing, what they're saying, how they're responding and acting. We look at central bank digital currencies and the discussion of universal basic income. We tie everything together and it paints a very scary future about what's really going to happen. We're going to see the middle class get completely wiped out, but we're going to also see a lot of people in the middle class that see what's going on and they're positioning themselves and their business in advance for this massive wealth transfer that's going to unfold. 100% guaranteed it's definitely going to happen, whether we like it or we don't like it. You know, many people have had opinions about whether they like certain things or dislike certain things over the last couple of years. And you probably brought these opinions to people close to you, telling them, you know, this is what you should believe and this is why because of XYZ fact. And that person most likely didn't listen to you. It's very similar to the AI revolution that's happening right now, where many people say we're going to hold back on AI or AI shouldn't be implemented. It doesn't matter what people think. It's going to happen, whether we like it or not. And I'm going to break it down for you clearly in this video. Please hit that like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's really going on. Take a look at this. And also, before I begin, today's video is sponsored by my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have bad credit and you want to position yourself for the greatest wealth transfer of all time, you're going to need great credit to do it. We'd love to help you and give you a free strategy session. Look at this. So Elon Musk warns potentially a catastrophic outcome if humanity is not careful with creating artificial intelligence. I'm going to show you this website, by the way, but I want to just paint the story of what he said just before this company came out. He says universal basic income will eventually be needed when the rise of robotics and automation render physical work a choice. I mean, you think about that. The central bank digital currency, when it does come out, you're going to see people download that app if it means survival, right? That's what's going to happen. We're going to see universal basic income, whether we like it or not. Imagine what the world would look like if we didn't have it. Crime, everything would be absolutely nuts. It would go through the roof crazy. It would be absolutely crazy. And I mean, right now we're already starting to see it. We're already starting to see it. And if you look at the stock market, you look at the real estate market, everything seems normal. But if you go into a big city, you're seeing crime, theft, you're seeing robberies, you're seeing all these things at all-time highs, right? Imagine when we start to see massive displacement, right? People are going to demand a universal basic income, and even people that say it's a bad idea now would probably rather have one than not have one, because otherwise someone might be crawling into your bedroom window at night trying to see what you have in the fridge, right? That's the way the world would go without a universal basic income over the next few years. Elon Musk, who co-founded a firm behind ChatGPT, warns AI is one of the biggest risks to civilization. Well, remember this Tesla bot he's working on right now? He told investors on a Tesla earnings call that his robot plans to basically produce more and be more significant than Tesla vehicles, right? And these robots are going to cost 20 grand. 20 grand. Think about where inflation is right now, the high cost of living. People need to make, you know, at least $1,500 a week to live in most locations, 60 grand a year, right? In 3-4 months, you could buy one of these Tesla bots in cash and it would just work 24/7, right? The numbers are going to be astronomical, in which people could really the value they can receive from that type of investment. It's going to happen. Look at his company right now. It just announced today. It says the goal of XAI is to understand the true nature of the universe. Basically, they want to reimagine our world. That's what they want to imagine, right? And the teams, obviously, Elon and a bunch of just geniuses from DeepMind, OpenAI, Google Research, Microsoft, Tesla, University of Toronto. So he basically compiled a list of the smartest people inside of one room, and they're working together on this. So look at where AI is headed right now. They say about 85 million jobs will be completely displaced. And when I look at that, I'm like, okay, 85 million jobs displaced in the next year and a half. I'm like, okay, well, right now consumers have more consumer debt than ever before. With credit card debt, auto loans, and student loans, and mortgages, they have more debt than ever before. Real wages are already starting to soften. Energy prices are continuing to rise. Insurance prices and taxes are going up. And we're going to see wages continue to fall more and more as AI, robotics, and job outsourcing to the east, India and other locations, starts to become more prevalent. So what's going to happen? We're going to see a massive debt spiral, and we're going to see a lot of banks holding a lot of this debt face substantial losses. That's what we're going to start to see. We're not going to see an environment where wages continue to climb. There's no way, not in the long term. Goldman Sachs predicts 300 million jobs will be lost by AI. 300 million. This came out about a month and a half ago. It says the investment bank estimates 300 million jobs will be lost or diminished with fast-growing technology. But look at what this company said. Look at what this company says that you've heard a lot about. World Economic Forum concluded that in a 2020 report, a new generation of smart machines fueled by rapid advances in AI and robotics could potentially replace a large proportion of existing human jobs. Robotics and AI will cause a serious double disruption as the pandemic pushed companies to fast-track deployment of new technologies to slash cost, enhance productivity, and be less reliant on real-life people. Management consulting giant PricewaterhouseCoopers reported AI, robotics, and other smart automation have the potential to bring great economic benefits, contributing up to $15 trillion to global GDP by 2030. However, it will come at a high human cost. This extra wealth will also generate the demand for many jobs, but there is also concern that it could displace many existing jobs. This brings up another critical, often overlooked issue. AI proponents say that there's nothing to worry about as we've always successfully dealt with new technologies. However, what does this mean for the quality of jobs? The world's most advanced cities aren't ready for the disruptions of artificial intelligence, claims Oliver Wyman, a management consultant firm. It is believed that over 50 million Chinese workers may require retraining as a result of AI-related deployment. The U.S. will be required to retool 11.5 million people in America with skills needed to survive in the workforce. Millions of workers in Brazil, Japan, Germany, and will need assistance in changes brought through AI, robotics, and related technology. You start to look at that, you're like, okay, well, they're saying 300 million jobs. Right now, there's 3.32 billion people in the overall labor market. So you're looking at 10% of the world's workforce to leave or replace or retransition into a different job career. I mean, this is a massive, massive wealth transfer. But you're going to see a lot of companies also looking at this saying, you know what, I have 10 employees and I really could do with 3 or 2. I could use ChatGPT and I could replace this copywriter. I could use this and I could do that. And they could reduce their expenses 70 or 80%. I mean, you look at that, a lot of companies are going to say that's a very attractive position to take. And you're going to see that grow and grow and grow. And it's going to go far beyond ChatGPT and these basic tools that we have today. Over the coming 3 and 6 and 12 months, you're going to get much, much, much more advanced. AI says, or Elon Musk says, it can be difficult to find fulfillment and meaning in life if AI can do your job better than you can. Potential AI revolution puts 27% of jobs at high risk. You have Mark Zuckerberg already issuing layoffs, and IBM laying off 8,000 employees to replace with AI. It says AI is already linked to layoffs in the industry that it created. This came out last week. So when people ask me, hey, John, do you think we're going to step into a recession? Do you think we're going to step into big problems? I just look at the trends. You just follow the trends. Look at what's actually happening. America went from being this superpower. It's still a beautiful country. I love America. I want to be very clear. I love America. But if you look at what's happening to America right now, it's being crushed from within. We're getting absolutely suffocated. We're removing ourselves from fossil fuels. We're going from being the petrodollar, being a country in which supplied massive opportunities and massive production, to producing very little and being heavily reliant on selling our debt. We're watching America fall. We're watching all this opportunity flood overseas, and you're watching this massive disruption come right now with AI and robotics and tech. It's a huge, huge problem. And America is a country in which heavily relies on having access to loans and leverage from other countries and large banks. We're stepping into a massive wealth transfer. And I believe firmly, I really believe, that we're going to see people go from being worth very little right now to 100x, 200x, 500x, 1000x their net worth if they position themselves in the right business, a very low-cost business. They put themselves in a position with massive leverage. They really leverage a lot of the technologies that are coming, and they start to really position themselves and invest on the way as they're growing their wealth. We're going to see a lot of people do that, but we're going to see a lot of people that are going to completely say, it's not going to matter. It's going to be like when the internet came out, people are still advertising in the yellow pages. We're going to start seeing a lot of people that are going to say, you know what, I'll deal with it later, and those people are going to get wiped out. It's going to be the first mover advantage. People that are really adopting these technologies in advance are going to be the ones that I believe are going to seize most of the opportunity. But what do you think about this entire situation? Do you think we're walking into a dynamic and a situation in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, where the central bank digital currency is going to push forward a universal basic income because we're going to see massive disruption in the American economy and massive disruption in the labor force. And it's going to become a demand where everyday American consumers they're really going to request it. Whether people need the money or they don't need the money, they're going to want it for the safety of the overall economy and the safety of their overall livelihood and their family. What do you think about it? Drop below, hit the like button. Crazy times. When Elon Musk comes out with this company, when does Elon Musk do something in small proportions, right? Everything he does is in a very, very, very dramatic fashion. When he recruits and he builds out this team and he's doing this alongside the Tesla bot, I mean, we're walking into something really, really big here. That's my firm belief, but I'm curious what yours is. Drop it below in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about this. Add me on IG for content I won't post here. And if you want to fix your credit to position yourself for the greatest wealth transfer of all time, to where you can invest when things really start to hit the fan, and you can put yourself in a position that I believe you're going to be able to grow your wealth tremendously with great credit, we'd love to help you at greatcreditfast.com. You can go there, schedule a free strategy session, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.